longer you live in the past, the less future you have to enjoy. Better to admit you walked through the wrong door than spend your life in the wrong room. Don't change yourself just to make someone happy, unless that someone is you. Learn to see people for what they are, not what you want them to be. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They're behind you for a reason. The bigger the ambition, the slower you need to go. Never brag about your progress or tell people your plans, as your friends today may become your worst enemies tomorrow. Make sure the choices you make are worth the losses you'll take. Never sacrifice your progress for a friend. They might not do the same if the tables were turned. If you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes sacrifice. Close the window that hurts you, no matter how beautiful the view is. Sometimes you have to let go of people who keep reminding you of who you used to be. Sometimes you just need to be a bit selfish. Put yourself first and think about what is best for you. It's okay if you don't know how to move on. Start with something easier, like not going back. Accept the things you cannot change, and change the things you cannot accept. Just because a decision hurts doesn't mean it was the wrong one. Forgive yourself for accepting less than you deserved, but don't do it again. If you're not willing to walk alone, you'll never lead your own path. The friends and family do not always know what is best for you. People will walk in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past remembrances of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. You train people how to treat you, unconsciously or not. There are no bad emotions, only bad reactions to them. You have to learn how to channel your negative emotions in a constructive way. People who show you new ways of thinking and new ways of seeing life are important. The point of the argument is not to defeat each other, but to understand each other. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. Your enemies will often tell you the truth because it hurts, and your friends will often lie because it doesn't. Develop a willingness to be disliked. This will grant you the freedom to do what needs to be done, even if it's unpopular. We often overestimate what we can do in a year, but underestimate what is possible in 5. Your past or childhood may be messy, but it's a great force in your future. Be brave enough to say what you want to say, not what people want to hear. If someone's absence brings you peace, you won't lose anything. If it's out of your hands, it deserves freedom from your mind too. Don't be afraid to start over again. This time you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. When someone shows you their true colors, don't try and paint a different picture. The more responsibility you take, the more you empower yourself to actually do something about that pain. Don't take people for granted. You never know when they could be gone. You never know how much they mean to you until they're gone. People who play roles will eventually forget their lines. Pay attention. You are always responsible for how you act, no matter how you feel. Accept things as they are. Life isn't about living in the past or living for the future. It's about living in the now. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones. Learn to deal with people for who they are, not who you want to be. It's not about having time. It's about making time. You can't always be nice. That's how people take advantage of you. Sometimes you have to set boundaries. Extraordinary results come from repeating ordinary actions over an inordinate amount of time. You can either choose a happy, conventional, and stress-free life, or you can choose a very interesting but more difficult and meaningful life. Destroy the old you before it destroys you. Be selfish with your time. A lot of people don't deserve it. We are defined by what we give up, what we sacrifice, and what we reject. You are merely a reflection of the preferences and demands of the people around you. If you don't decide who you are, other people will decide for you. You grow as much as the amount of truth you're willing to accept about yourself without running away. Never be so loyal that you betray yourself. You cannot have everything. You always exchange something for something. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. There is always time. The only question is how long you will make excuses and pretend that it doesn't exist. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Do not discuss your past with anyone, because only you know its true story and significance. Others may not understand, or even use it against you. Success and failure are fuzzy concepts that only exist in your mind before you do something, not after. The worst kind of enemies are those who pretend to be your friends. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you. The more generous life will seem, and the happier you will become. Sometimes you need to stop seeing the good in people and start seeing what they show you. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust the process. You can't always help. Sometimes you will watch people you love make terrible decisions despite the advice you give them. If there's something you want to do in life, don't wait if you do. You might find 5 years have passed without you doing anything. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are. But if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you'll never be able to hear. Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people. Most people are only nice when things don't matter. Enjoy every bit of your life to the fullest. Your compromises and sacrifices will be rewarded. An apology without change is just the manipulation. Never be so kind you forgot to be clever, and never be so clever you forgot to be kind. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature, and fearless. Some people only care about you if you are doing something for them. When you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't. Never take someone's feelings for granted. You never know how much courage they took to share them. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. The truth is that maturing is realizing that a relationship can always work out and always be fixed, no matter the situation. One wrong step can change everything. Don't lie, don't cheat, be honest, and be loyal. If you blame it on someone else, don't expect it to get better. One day you'll have a clean, quiet house and a car with a spotless interior. And all you'll want is for the ones who made the mess to come home. Resentment is like taking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Action proves who someone is. Words just prove who they pretend to be. Once you feel you are avoided by someone, never disturb them again. Expectation always hurts, so expect less or no expectation from others. You'll ruin your life trying to make everyone happy. Be cautious with good deeds. Kindness has limits, and some may exploit your generosity. Your progress does not need to be seen or validated by others to be real. The only time you should look into someone else's bowl is to make sure they have enough. Given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. A person who doesn't have a life of their own will always try to create drama in yours. You can't lose what you never had. You can't keep what's not yours. and you can't hold on to some things that don't want to stay. Don't take criticism from anyone you would not take advice from. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. Loneliness is the price you pay when you start to improve yourself. Every time you choose fear over action, you bury your potential deeper. A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd.